Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I hope today I will glue my plank shear or cap rail, I mean all bits and pieces, and I think maybe I will stay longer than 2 hours today, but I just want to make this logical point on the model because next week I can't make live stream, and from November 1 or from November 1st till beginning of December, first week of December, we will build Mayflower in Kiev. So that's why I just want to make this logical like stop or take a break. So that's why I want to glue entire plank shear here. And for this we will install our deadeyes because it's easier right now while we have access between two layers of planking. Then we will glue these pieces which I already stained. And because we need to cut actually new ones on in the stern and in the bow, so that's why I want to glue this painted already, so we just can like continue from it, like have this starting point for the for these pieces, so we can sand and cut them precisely the form and shape which we need. So with this, let me turn on second camera. This is the one. So where is it? Spot right here. So this is finally position it properly. Let me just check also field of depth, and let's install these deadeyes. And yesterday I remember I measured it was distance from the planking to the deadeye 12 millimeters, and so we need to make 2 seizings. And for this I can start just with wrapping around the deadeye our warmed shroud. So, and then I will install them into these spots. Probably for doing this I will use my favorite tool because it can hold it sturdy and I can wrap it around. So I will actually clamp my deadeye, and I can clamp twice with something. So let me position also first deadeye, then in front of the camera. So I will do this. Don't want to break it, of course. Now I will clamp my vise. And now I can position first, so it will be in the middle of the screen, visible what I'm doing, like this. And now I can position it right on the deadeye. Like this. Good. And I will need something. I have some ropes somewhere. So maybe this is too thin for the seizings, but let's check. Maybe not, just visually how it will look. Or let me check bigger diameter. I have it somewhere here. So this is 0.2, this is 0.3, because on the quite big and thick diameters of ropes, like for shrouds, stays, I'm using, this is a very visible. For seasons I'm using also ropes, so probably I will stick with 0.2 for seasons. And I will need a drop of cyanoacrylate in my plastic cup. Cottage cheese, everything, sour cream, all these plastic tops I am using as expendable material for drops of glue, so I can throw them away easily. And I need to find my old scalpel for scraping right here. Old glue and cleaning my needles. So this is how I'm cleaning them. Just scraping with the old blade. This is actually broken scalpel. It is not. It can't hold properly blades, but it is perfect for this dirty job. This is clean one, another two. And just enough. So let's do it. So I will need something like 12 millimeters long, and then to insert something at least 15 millimeters, so about 30 millimeters long tail. 30, 35, 35. It's just what I need. So something like this. Oh, I need to cut a piece off. And because this is a polyester ropes and cables and lines, that's why I'm securing ends with cyanoacrylate glue. And as I said, and I will repeat myself again and again, because I believe it's necessary every time I'm getting this question, so it's necessary to repeat more often. I'm using cyanoacrylate only for temporary fixation. So in the moment I finish all these seizings and knots, even when glue will disintegrate, it doesn't matter because seizing will hold it or not, etc. Maybe this is 5, I believe I made 5 loops, so this should be enough. And I will try to bring it as close as possible before tighten it properly. This will be a little challenging, so I can do this. Come on, closer and closer and closer, and a little more, and just a little more, and closer. Oops! I just ripped my actually rope on the cable, so let me glue this part. Actually, this is interesting how it is shown in the picture, why it is not the same way throat seizing, like for example for the shrouds himself, because then it makes sense. I can move it closer. This is actually what I will do, because this is really very difficult and impossible. So let me show you what I mean. Made a mess, of course. Let me cut this mess. One more time. About 30 millimeters. Maybe I will warm more or longer piece of rope after this failure, but we'll see. Something like this. Hold it. Let me smash it into so I can see where exactly I need to bend it. So this is where it should cross. I want to make it also visible, so I will make 4 or 5 loops. So 1, oh good job, 2, 3, 4, yes 5, it should be just good. And 5. Now the end of this long side in this loop, and pull it inside. So now it will be easier and more possible to actually tighten it. I believe this is how it should be also on the original boat, because sometimes when you are rigging and using real knots, you can actually make that experiment how it was done and was it possible to do this or that way. So just flat seizing wasn't working at all. You see, when I just put throat seizing here, it is working. I can tighten it to make it close as possible to the deadeye. Now let me tighten it. I can even try to make it even closer and more without breaking anything, and I don't have a gap between shroud, or it's actually color of the deadeye, it's not shroud, because this is something that we will install in the boat. So I don't know how to properly even name this part, but this is how it will be done on the shrouds also. So let me tighten this throat seizing. I believe it's proper I hope that it is proper pronunciation. So Dr. Batchvarov, if you are watching, just tell me how to say it. Is this proper pronunciation? Throat seizing? If not, you can come downstairs and say it properly. Just because for me all the terminology I'm learning one more time again just in English, and sometimes I'm just reading it in the book and just I have no idea how to pronounce it, so I'm reading something wrong sometimes, like asking question, Krum, how to do this or that, and like, what is this? What are you saying? Like, this is how it spells. Oh, this is wrong pronunciation, like, right. So I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake in pronunciation. Because for me, all this terminology, again, I have to learn it from the very beginning. And second. Usually what I'm doing, I'm gluing ends of each cut piece or tail of each cut piece of rope, so they won't stick like needles of hedgehog. And actually I can make immediately second season here. So now I can make proper flat season like this. So again, loop and 5 loops around it. 3, 4, 5. I can pull it inside, and now I can move it whenever it is convenient for me. Sometimes it is even easier to do with nails. For example, I will bend more. So I can move closer and closer and closer. And a little more. And more. Like this. Now I can tighten it. And I will make a second flat season just about 12 millimeters from the edge of the deadeye. Just want to tighten this one properly, and maybe I will make it as bright as possible so you can see black thin rope on the black shroud or color of the deadeye, because it's not really visible. And let me glue the ends which I just cut. And I will try to do this, or let me check where is the field of depth. So now I hope you will see this. It's the most difficult to film something black on black background and white on white background. So what I'm doing, I'm just flipping or folding one end into such loop and then making another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And where is it? And all the first loop which I made, and into it. Now I can pull it under this seizing. Well, I won't tighten it immediately because I will measure it. So from the edge of the deadeye, need to make 12 millimeters, so it is like 1 centimeter, 1 millimeter back, like this. A little tight here. And how long is this? Now, half of millimeter more. If it is plus minus 12 millimeters, it's all right. Almost there. A little more. And now I can tighten it and cut the ends of this seizing. It's a dirty needle, I need a clean needle. Need some glue also on my needle. And I will glue this tiny tails sticking out. Come on, I'm spilling glue all over the place except the proper spot. Now we need to install this deadeye inside. Yeah, I made too short tail here, but I hope I can install it. We'll see in a moment. So where is the ruler? I will cut somewhere here this length. Actually, how long I have? Let me calculate. If it is something like this, it's half. And if I will divide this into 2 halves, something long like this. So this is for one deadeye. How long rope I have for the deadeye? Each deadeye about 10 centimeters. So this is something like I can cut it much longer. Okay, good. We'll cut it somewhere here. We'll cut it somewhere here. What if I will break something again? Better to have some reserves. And just glue in ends so it won't untwist itself. One deadeye is ready. Let me check that it is 12 millimeters. I can position it properly also. .5 millimeters, it's okay. So more or less proper dimension. So from the edge of the deadeye to the end of this edge of the seizing, it's about 12 millimeters. Next one. And it was yesterday when I tried to turn around deadeye the shroud or collar of the round deadeye. 1.6 millimeter in diameter rope, it was impossible. That's why I'm using 1.45 millimeters in diameter, so I'm replacing shrouds with the thinner ones. This is 1.45 millimeters in diameter, because it was impossible to turn it around. And that's why I'm also making throat season first, just to make, without the gap, proper color. Like actually other end of the shroud, just in reverse. We have both in the same way rigged. We have a small piece of rope here. So how long I can make these tails? Maybe a little shorter, like this. Let me bend it. So plus minus I have my loop for the deadeye. And again, bending one end and making 5 loops into this future collar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's install deadeye. Okay. Let me take it out first. Yay! I think I make too short tail here, so let me move it. How long was this one? About the same length. So I still can move it a little. And I can tighten this throat season. So Krum is not watching our video, or at least not listening. He hasn't heard my pronunciation of this term. Okay. I think it's tight enough. And if I will pull it, it is almost without a gap. A little closer, tighter, something like this. And now I can clamp it, so I can make another 2 seasons. Okay, tighten more this one. I need another piece of rope. And I need to glue this ends of the rope which I just cut. So I'm just gluing them into this season, and now I will make another 2. So again, closer. So I'm making not 2 seasons on each color for deadeye, but 3. Throat season and just 2 flat seasons. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Just to make it beautiful, I sometimes I can spread it manually each loop so it won't be overlapped. Beautiful. A little tighter. And let's cut the ends of this rope. And now I want to glue these tails properly. Good. And one more. One, 2, 3, 4, and this is actually already 5, I believe, or not. Yeah, it is 5 already. Missed one. And let's measure. Oh, need to move it much farther from the deadeye, like this probably. Yep, just proper place for it. And again, same, I need to cut this ends, secure them with cyanoacrylate. Most so I just can use it end of the rope without untwisting it. Let me glue this barely visible but still tails. I don't like them. Ta-da! Another one. I can see this one sticking out tail of the first one seizing, so just want to add some glue and smash it into a flat position. Oh, it's actually alright now. So this is what we have. Let me cut also how long we have this one, and do we have enough for another 2? Yes, we do. Good. So we can make even longer here. This is what we made here. 2 more. Let me show you this closer, and I even will make something like this. Even brighter, so it is visible. hope it's visible. Okay. So two more. In a second I will check my camera. So, so let's make two more. Actually I can cut into halves, so I definitely will not overspend on one deadeye more than necessary on this beautiful warmed rope or cable in this case. Don't untwist. I know it's tempting. Just stay like this. So let's make another collar. One, two, three, 4 and 5. Now I need to make it smaller for the deadeye. Can be it smaller so I can insert this deadeye inside. Now tighten it. So just to remove completely that gap between cable and deadeye. Can tighten this throughout season. Try to stretch. Still can get some gap, small gap between. So need to tighten more. Don't want to have any gaps when I will stretch and will make lanyard for the shroud. So I just want to have this perfect rigging without any gaps. Okay, tightened. Good. Okay, maybe I will clean one of my needles again. Or 2 needles, so I can use them. My glue disappeared somewhere. other two seasonings. Actually, you can paint, I don't know if it's proper term, paint, and you can stain your cables and ropes with diluted turpentine. Literally, we will get natural, that real tarred color, bitumen diluted with turpentine. I mean, and you can find it in these stores for decoupage or for some sort of different restoration and making craquelures, etc. You can find this liquid bitumen, I mean. So you can dilute it to the desired color or shade with turpentine, and you can really get this natural brown color like on real ships. This is 3, 4, and 5. So never heard about painting ropes with paint. They should become stiff, and have no idea if it is possible to insert them. Originally, ropes were made out of hemp, how to pronounce it correctly, don't know. And all the standing rigging was tarred. And on the warships, it is even more tarred, heavily tarred, shrouds, red lines, lanyards, stays. Practically entire standing rigging was tarred. Sometimes you can see slightly tarred, like I said it yesterday, I was talking about it, I believe, when the ship was serving somewhere in hot climate, so where the turpentine and bitumen or tar in this case can melt and then get sticky to the shoes, etc. And imagine how that polished, almost white color deck will look like when the sailor will jump on the red lines and then down on the deck and will make a few steps. So I believe sailors who were scraping that deck and polishing with the stones, sand, and the juice of tropical woods, they probably would kill that fella who did that. So yeah, sometimes we can see lighter or less tarred standing rigging, but mostly all warships had more tarred ropes and heavier tarred ropes than, for example, merchant ships. I believe finally I tighten it. And even heavily tarred rope never looked like it was black completely. It was dark brown like the sun, but not black. One more season. I don't know, when I was building my bounty, I was making only pictures, and I don't know if I have put any pictures of how I was staining my ropes, because at the moment I had only beige color, only running rigging, let's say, and all my standing rigging I used bitumen and diluted it with turpentine, and all of them were stained like that with bitumen. Sometimes it's called bitumen varnish, but it is not, even when you will open it, you will smell it immediately. It is not varnish at all. It's literally liquid bitumen. Just the name for it. Sometimes you can read like bitumen varnish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the thing is that after such staining, you are getting really humidity resistant rope, real color, like it was on real ship. And you're actually making this like on a real ship. You will tar them. So you can say after that, I tarred all my standing rigging like on real ships. Little, like 1 millimeter. How it is? No. Just a little more. Half of a millimeter. Like this. And just to glue these two tails. And see one more tail to glue. Like this one. It's interesting. Under one angle it's not visible, under a different one you can see something to glue more. Just because when I'm using also cyanoacrylate before cutting these ropes, they are getting stiff and they are like needles, so that's why I'm smashing them, so they are not that eye poking, not visible. So now we have just proper deadeye, or proper, if I will turn it in proper position. Now we have proper deadeye. And the last one. One, two, three, 4, and 5. And cat is happily sleeping and he's snoring. So if you will hear something or somebody is snoring, it is not me. This is a cat. And he is snoring louder than Krum. I'm sorry, Krum, you can't compete with a cat. Now I will tighten it around the deadeye. Then let's check if I will stretch it. I still have gap, so I need to tighten more. And more. How is it now? Perfect. So let's make another 2 seasons and we can install them, and we can glue a part of our cap rail and then deal with the rest of it. Need to tighten better my deadeye. If I flip it, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's move it, move, and move, and more to a proper position, preferably without making a mess. Something like this. Let's tighten it now. Perfect calculation. I believe it is. This is just enough for one season, and that's it. And this is actually everything what I need for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect position. So let's tighten it. And one more time to check. Come on. Good. Now let's tighten it, glue it, and install it. Don't like mess with glue, so I need to scrape it a little. Ta-da! Let's position it how it should be, like this. All 4. So now we can install them. Maybe I will use actually PVA just behind them or between the planks, so it will properly soak it, dry, and then we will install the shrouds. Nothing can pull out these dead eyes. thinking how to position it, vertical or flip it. Haven't decided yet, but I think I can do something like this. Maybe I can use clamp. Just keep model in proper position. Because definitely when it is sliding it's very difficult to do something. So that's why I prefer to make stands, so I can clamp stand and model will be secured. But I will check the field of depth on my camera. Okay, my magical cup for glue, a few drops of PVA for just securing at the very beginning. Maybe I will use some cyanoacrylate, but I want to apply inside PVA also to make stronger planking, because basswood is quite fragile, and because we also have such small distance between two holes, I'm afraid when I will tighten shrouds it just can break it through, so I want to apply just glue behind it. It will make it stronger. So let's start with something. This is a fluffy one, so I want to apply some. I will clean probably some needles first, if I will find my old scalpel. So today actually is issue number 40, so we are working about 80 hours on the model. Quite a progress. The complete hull. Without details, of course, but still. The major part of work is practically done. Planking is usually the most time consuming. So let's try, I want to apply, come on, some glue here, because I can't install or insert such fluffy edge or end of the rope. It should be stiff and definitely not fluffy like this one. Inverse fur between planking. This is just to make model warmer. Okay. This will be interesting. Should I make or drill a bigger hole? Come on, yesterday I could do this. Today I can't. Or it is not convenient to do like that. Come on. The hole is definitely bigger diameter than the rope. Just fluffy and hairy basswood is not always too easy to work with. Come on. Yeah, too long, stiff end or edge or tail. Better to make it shorter, maybe less cyanoacrylate. Ta-da! Yes. This is what and how it should be, plus minus. Let's do the same here. Come on. Moving. Yay! Did it. I did it. So it should be something like this. Beautiful. Beautiful for sure. Already like it. Some details and parts. And now, as I said, I will apply PVA just behind between two holes. They will also secure rope here. But I want to make actually a knot. Too short one tail, but I will make a knot. I can do this. I'm sure I can. I should. Where is my second small and thin tweezers? It's straight. This is the one which I need. And now I'm definitely working as a sergeant. So, Rob, I'm following your instructions. I'm a nurse now. Oh, I think, I hope. So I can do this. I'm tightening knot in between planking. So yeah, maybe just when you will be making these collars for deadeyes, make longer ends or tails. It will make your life easier. Into the loop. Come on. Come on. Just failed. Good job. Okay, one more time. This one in. Come on. Almost there. Almost. Of course. And that half cut frame is also in my way. It is almost there. Come on. Why are you stuck there? You shouldn't. Okay, that one and pass. Now I have to install one more time the short one. So I'm just making just flat one knot, and because it is a short one and I have these two longer ones, so I will show you, I hope I will be able to show you between planking what type of knot I'm making. One more time, maybe this one will do the job better, but actually almost a knot. Just want to tighten it. And we'll put more PVA glue on top of it. Yay! More PVA glue on top of this knot. So it definitely won't move anywhere. That is why it was important to install it before the plank sheet. You can make knot, you can secure it there. Now let's make another one. So I will use this longer tail. So I hope I can show you the knot. Oh, it is right here. Maybe So I'm trying to cut at an angle, so maybe it will be easier to install it. The keyword is maybe. We'll see in a moment. Oh, it was easier to install this one. How about this one? Perfect. So yeah, I will show you this time what I'm doing, what type of knot. It is much more convenient here, but first a drop of glue between. And a knot. This is the knot which I made for the first one. Just this time I need to move it lower. So yeah, maybe it was easier to start, but now I need to move it somehow. So maybe too long also is not good. Because now it is just somewhere on the bottom. I'm trying to get it out. Come on. How to get it out? I just need to tighten it. Okay. One more time. We'll hold this one so this one will not disappear while I'm moving one edge. Like this. Just want to make this as close as possible to the plank itself, or where we have the holes. This one. Good. Now it is in its proper position. Now more glue on top, and this side is ready for plankshire. Now you can, like this, fall off. So we need to repeat it on the second one. So this was starboard, now on the larboard. Maybe I can make camera more horizontally so you can see it better. One more time. And on the inside, are these for shrouds? Yes, they are for shrouds, because on this boat they were made in this way, from the inside. This is the most weird boat I have ever built. yeah, they were like this inside. We will have also a knee between them here, so we will have lots of details later. But first, let's install this with a short and one. I need some cyanoacrylate, where it is leaking all over the place, can't find it. So I want to cut it at an angle also, it was easier to install like that. This is a very good one. Tail knows that it is necessary to go up immediately. How about second one? Almost polite one too. Up, up, up. Bravo, deadeye and color. It is just working how it in the best way. When you want to show something, usually something is twisting, bending, and it is not working, but this time this one was very good one. Just how it should be. Now let's add some glue between these two holes. Now not, but I will add another drop of PVA because it's not enough for the last one. And I need to make a knot. With a short one, not that easy. I made that on that side. Made it somehow with a short tail. It's trying to unbend, so don't. Soaking with cyanoacrylate generously. Okay, let me put the longer one inside, then I will try to tighten it like this. Yay! I'm holding it, holding it, holding it, still holding it. Like this. Did it. More glue to secure it. Checking for this. Yeah, good. And some same with this one. Now I will put this one inside. Perfect one. And the last one. Need to add more glue on this edge. Just to cut it at an angle. So I'm just making stiff ends with cyanoacrylate and cutting them at an angle. This is something what is making it easier to install or insert into this hole. Come on, easier. Okay, this one is soft. I need to soak it with glue. Just said that it should be stiff, and this one is not stiff at all. Good. More glue. It should be stiff. Maybe I should add more glue so I can soak it into it. Let's try one more time. Come on. Come on. Okay, this one, stop. You can do it. I know. You definitely can. I always can drill bigger diameter hole, but it's too easy. Have to struggle first. Almost. It's already actually in. Yes. Yay. And this side. Both are in. Now I have to get the tail. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Now I have to apply some PVA between these two holes to make it stronger and to make a knot. Lower and lower. Okay, here was the easiest to make a knot. Whereas I already got some experience of making knots between planking. That's why it was easier. But just perfect knot. Have some water for the brush. Now we have all 4 deadeyes. Now it's time for the plankshire. So, plankshire. Now I need to locate first one. Again, probably between, we'll mark something on this. We'll tie some spot to these beads, future beads. Because I was marking and I have lots of marks right here, maybe something like this. Don't remember which one is proper one. So this is actually port to proper side. Proper side. Something was not right. Don't remember what. Something with this. And I don't remember really honestly what. So maybe if it is port, this is star part, but I just can't understand something. Because have I flipped them at some point? Because this is now starboard and this is port. This is what was wrong. Yep. And another thing what was different, and I noticed it later, so I won't change it already, so we'll go with it. The shape of this lock. On the original drawings it should be opposite direction, so this direction of this knot, scarf or joint. So already we'll go with this one, but this shape should be right here. So, but so be it already. We'll have this one. Which one was the next? I believe this one. This was the next one. So I have a mark here. Okay, I'm just trying first to identify parts. And this one was here. Yeah, so I flipped them when I was painting. Because now these marked as starboard and they are on the port. But this is how they should be. So, okay, we've identified this side. And this is from here. So now I need to locate position. So I will use probably 2 rulers to measure from the bulkhead. We have bulkhead here, so just starting point, perfect one. And let's do it. So in this scale to our first big square hole. It's 37 in our scale, because drawings from the museum are in 1:16, so 37 in 1:16 into our 1:24 is 24.7 millimeters. So I just want to mark this. Actually, I think this is what is marked right now here. Yep. So I have marks for the beginning of this square bit. Now I can see it. This is the proper spot. And this is where I have to position my big piece of cap rail. And I remember it was something weird with this one. It was shorter. Yep. Sad, but fact. And something was not right with aft. They were also shorter. Yep, much shorter. Too bad, but also it can be my kit because I got that problem with the bottom and some parts like even rather out of scale, but it is like 1.5 millimeters, so not that much noticeable. I will use it from the kit. So if somebody has same problem like short parts, short length of the plank shear, text me, just curiosity to know it. Or I have two left hands and got too short plank shear, or it is my defective kit. And to clamp it, I probably will use two sticks. Can it fit into these notches? Yep, just perfect size. So I just want to position it perfectly in the middle. We have these notches here, so I can clamp it like this, for example, like this. So this part definitely will be centered, same as in the end here. I have two same notches. Just measuring first. And here I will center it manually. Good. Let's glue it. I was thinking about cyanoacrylate, but then because I have to center it properly, cyanoacrylate is not an option. Like a few dots of cyanoacrylate to position it and it will dry on its own, but better to use proper clamping. So you still have this time to adjust. When it is on PVA, you can move, it's still elastic. You have about 20 minutes to adjust everything. So I will go with PVA only. So let me mark it. Actually, it's weird because this bit should be already in the cockpit and it is on the edge, so maybe I should intentionally move it. So yeah, my plank shear is really weird. It's shorter than it should be. If I position properly this square big hole, then this one should be a little moved. So probably I will just play visually, because at the moment, if I will measure it from this bulkhead, it's right on the edge. And it is not right. It should be something like 6 millimeters. This is 4 millimeters in scale. So shorter on 4 millimeters than it should be. So then I will make this awful decision. I will move it like 2 millimeters aft. So visually, even this big square notch will be in proper place. Yeah, this one a little aft, like 2 millimeters from its proper position, but I believe this will be the right decision to make. But as I said, this is my kit, so maybe my plank shear is defective only, so check yours. If you have long enough plank shear, then everything is alright. But because of this, I am playing with it and trying to make it visually correct. Like this. And now I have proper through hole here, because at the moment it was bulkhead in my way here. So now everything is just perfect. So actually I positioned my second square hole exactly on the edge of the bulkhead. Yeah, it's visible on the camera partially. Can't move model because it's clamped. But this is, so the edge of this bulkhead, this is edge of this square big hole. So this is how I position it. Let's glue it finally. I will need more PVA glue. Come on. It's so thin. Need to clean the cup so it can leak out of there. My brush, which I can clean with a paper towel now. It was in the water, so it couldn't dry. And now let's apply glue. Glue. Don't want it to leak when I will press and clamp it, so probably I will make it thinner in a moment. But yes, always clean glue immediately, everything what you can, because when it dries, it is more difficult to do it. Oh, I want to cry and thinking like, where is the cyanoacrylate? It is right under my nose. So it was a weird question, where? Under my nose. So where was it? Bulkhead. Look on here. And here. Immediately. Just to hold this edge into the proper position. I will grab my favorite tool and I will clean glue out of this hole. Because later I need to glue some dowels inside, so it definitely should be clean. Here it is actually properly centered, but can check. Do something like this, just to hold it properly. And let me check if I have any drops of glue. Yes, of course I do. Everything what is leaking out should be cleaned immediately. Nothing here. Good. Almost nothing. Have something right here. And something was somewhere. Just moved my cake. Let's not clamp it like that. But I will clean this glue. Ouch, that was my microphone. And something right here. How about from this side? Actually, this is not bad here. Not that much leaking. But I will glue quickly second side and I will clamp on top of it also. So since I have the starting point, which is good, now let's glue quickly second side. Just spilled all my needles. Maybe I can move camera farther and you can see what I'm doing. Let's apply glue quickly because it is drying after all. Come on. Faster, faster. Yeah, I like to glue shorter pieces. It's faster to spread PVA glue. Where was it? Bulkhead. This is the one. So the edge of it, the edge of this square notch, just perfect position. Some toothpicks. So it's clamps, and some of them just ran away from me, fell somewhere. One more toothpick. Right here. Now I need to clean this extra glue which I spreaded. Something is not right. Or is it different actually? I believe so. Something is definitely not right. Because it should be around here. Okay, they are different then. How interesting. So, making a mess. What I said, 24.5 to the square. 24.5. Where is the pencil? It should be right here. Positioned the square edge. Like here. now it is in the proper position visually. And I can check it. Where is at least one such thing? I have edge, bulkhead. So plus minus I have same distance. To this 2 millimeters. And come on, I just want to check. Usually it is 2 millimeters. Yep. So this is how it should be. Again, plus minus. Nothing is working perfectly how it should be. Extra glue. That is why I like PVA. You have all time in the world to shift it, to position it, etc. But probably it's time to start clamping it like this, or it will dry too much. And then I will clean the leaking out and sticking out glue. Okay, I'll keep this too. Like this, and now I will need some stronger or shorter just to clamp them properly. Oh, that was my clamp and second one, so I haven't tightened them properly. But it's time also to move the model, so let's move it, let's say, to the stern. So I can show you the stern. It there? Probably yes. I hope so. Actually, it is enough to hold this one. This is the stern. This is the part which I will work now. So let me just switch position of this clamp. Not what I mean. So this is what I will glue now. Visible? I hope so. Yes, visible. Or I can move camera. So actually I can move this video here so you can see much better the rest of the screen. Where is my glue? My glue is right here. How long? It should be a little longer. It's over here. Now I need to clip it somehow together with this edge, like this. And same on the other side. Okay, let me switch position of this clamp. And let me move camera. Need more glue actually. Something is not right. Am I gluing the right one? Yes. Because this one, I believe from the bow, where is the piece for the stern? Ah, right here, under my nose. Now, need to clamp it. Properly. That wasn't proper stick for clamping. Okay, let me grab then this one, for example. This will be a proper one. While I'm searching for additional ones. Come on, move. Okay, let me move this behind the I want to clamp this exactly edge. Okay, my clamp is not holding it. So something like this. So it is holding the edges. And now I need to clamp properly this one. And clean the hole. So it's here. More clamps. More clamps. And I need more long sticks. Okay, how long this one? I can make 2 of them. I can clamp it here. And I need to put back somewhere here. Actually, I will need also one in the bow in a moment. So let's keep this one for the bow. This one is not holding. Come on, and clamp. Where is my bow? More to move, more, like this. And I can move video here. Okay, let's clamp properly model, or stand of the model. Clamp here, or maybe not here, but for this one. Yes, this one can hold here. Perfect. Sturdy. And now I will glue these 2 pieces. Which direction? This direction, so like this. Again, somehow follow the screen. Need to move a little more model, because it's not visible, so actually opposite direction. Like this. It's not holding absolutely nothing, but I can clamp with a different clamp. This one. Or not. I can. now. Which one can hold? Only one clamp. Can't position it in proper position. Okay, let's glue how it is right now. And I believe it is already almost noon, and I haven't cut even my new pieces. So I believe I can't finish today my plankshire. That was too ambitious plans. Hello. This. Need one more clamp. Two. Where is it? One perfect stick for this. And one more. And I have one more, so I can tighten clamp edges and need to shift this one first in proper position, or more or less proper, to center it at least. I think this is it for today. Can't do anything. Maybe I will have to spend another episode for cutting that 4.5 parts for the plankshire. It's definitely not for 15 minutes time work. So So I believe this is it for today. And as I said, we are making a break about for 2 months, exactly 8 weeks. So I will come back on December 15, and the closest weekend we will continue working on the Gunboat Philadelphia. And from November 1st we are working on the Mayflower. And as I said before, it will be an experiment. Who wants to join me, just keep in mind I will build Mayflower only when I'm visiting my mom in Kyiv, so it will be 1, 2, maximum 3 months per year. Usually this is how I'm visiting my mom. This time it will be only from November 1st till first week of December, and then I'm traveling. Actually, it will take me an entire week for traveling, just 2 ways back and forth, because of the one stop in Poland, 1 night in Poland, and then bus to Kyiv. So because of the change in time, practically I'm traveling 4 days on the way to Kyiv and 3.5 days on the way back. Just because +7 and -7 hours makes this awful difference. So with this, I believe this is it for today, and see you in December with the Gunboat Philadelphia with episode 41. I will post it, so it will be scheduled the next episode. Just we will have a break for 2 months. So I'm so sorry for this delay. Who wants to build it faster? But I really have to go to Kyiv, visit my mom, and just so not to stop my live streams, and that the channel will continue working. That's why I'm building Mayflower there. And if you want to join me, you're welcome to. You just always can also knock into the Facebook group if you are building it with me. Just I will mention Mayflower also in the list, because there is an introductory question, or without answering it, I'm not accepting just viewers. This is group only for the participants. So I'm sorry for that, but this is just fair. It's always difficult to share something what is not working for you, so just to share mistakes, literally. That's why this group is closed and only for the participants. So you are, like, have privacy to share everything what is not working for you, what is wrong, so we can fix it together, think about it, and find solution. So I'm sorry, so I'm not accepting everybody into this group, only participants. I think it's fair. So with this, I wish you a very nice rest of the day, and see you in 2 weeks in Kyiv. Bye guys, have a nice rest of the day, and yeah, stay safe.